The Roman Empire, one of the most powerful and influential civilizations in history, spanned over 500 years and covered vast territories across Europe, Africa, and Asia. At its peak, the empire encompassed approximately 50 to 60 million people, making it one of the largest empires of the ancient world. The Romans were known for their engineering marvels, such as the construction of aqueducts, roads, and amphitheaters, showcasing their advanced architectural skills. The empire was also a hub of cultural exchange, blending Roman traditions with those of conquered lands. One interesting fact about the Roman Empire is that it was divided into two main periods, the Roman Republic and the Roman Empire. The Republic, established in 509 BC, was a time of political upheaval and transition from a monarchy to a more democratic system of government. This period lasted until 27 BC, when Augustus became the first Roman emperor, marking the beginning of the Roman Empire. During the height of the Roman Empire, the city of Rome itself had a population of around 1 million people, making it one of the largest cities in the ancient world. The empire was characterized by its vast network of trade routes, connecting regions as far as Britain and Egypt. This facilitated the exchange of goods, ideas, and cultures, contributing to the prosperity and diversity of the empire. The Roman Empire was also known for its military prowess, with a well-trained and disciplined army that conquered and maintained control over vast territories. The Roman legions, consisting of professional soldiers, played a crucial role in expanding and defending the empire's borders. The empire's military strength was a key factor in its longevity and dominance over other civilizations of the time. Daily life for common people in the Roman Empire was vastly different from that of the elite class. The majority of the population lived in small, cramped apartments called insulae, which were often several stories high. These buildings lacked amenities such as running water and heating, leading to poor living conditions for many. In fact, it is estimated that up to 90% of the population lived in poverty during the height of the empire. Despite these challenges, common people found ways to make their lives more comfortable. For example, communal public baths known as thermae were popular gathering places where people could socialize, exercise, and relax. These baths were equipped with hot and cold pools, saunas, and even libraries, providing a welcome escape from the hustle and bustle of daily life. Another interesting aspect of daily life for common people was their diet. The staple foods of the Roman diet included bread, olives, cheese, and wine. The poor often relied on a grain dole provided by the government to supplement their meals. In terms of clothing, common people typically wore simple tunics made of wool or linen. Footwear consisted of sandals or simple leather shoes. Interestingly, Roman law dictated that certain colors and styles of clothing were reserved for specific social classes, reinforcing the societal hierarchy. Entertainment played a significant role in the lives of common people. The Romans enjoyed various forms of entertainment, including chariot races, gladiator fights, and theatrical performances. The Colosseum in Rome, with a seating capacity of up to 80,000 spectators, was a popular venue for these events. Religion also played a central role in the daily lives of common people. The Romans worshipped a pantheon of gods and goddesses, with each deity having specific attributes and responsibilities. Temples dedicated to these gods were scattered throughout the empire, serving as places of worship and community gatherings. In terms of education, the majority of common people did not receive formal schooling. Instead, children learned practical skills from their parents or through apprenticeships. Despite the challenges they faced, common people in the Roman Empire found ways to adapt and thrive in their daily lives. Housing and living conditions in the Roman Empire varied greatly depending on social class and location. The majority of common people lived in insulae, apartment buildings that could reach up to 6 stories high. These buildings were often poorly constructed, with cramped living spaces and limited amenities. In contrast, the elite class resided in luxurious villas, complete with gardens, courtyards, and elaborate decorations. One interesting fact is that some villas even had heated floors, known as hypocaust systems, to keep residents warm during the winter months. The city of Rome itself had a population of around 1 million people, leading to overcrowding and high demand for housing. As a result, many common people lived in densely populated neighborhoods where sanitation and hygiene were major concerns. The Romans were innovative in their approach to urban planning, with the development of aqueducts to supply water to cities and public baths for hygiene and socializing. The average Roman apartment, or insula, was around 200 square feet in size, with multiple families often sharing a single unit. In terms of furniture, common people typically had basic items such as beds, tables, and storage chests. Lighting was provided by oil lamps, while heating was often achieved through open hearths or portable braziers. Despite the challenges of urban living, the Romans valued community and social connections, often gathering in public spaces such as forums and markets. Overall, housing and living conditions in the Roman Empire reflected the stark contrast between the lifestyles of the common people and the elite class. Food and dining habits were an integral part of daily life in the Roman Empire, reflecting the diverse culinary traditions and social customs of the time. The Romans placed great importance on meals as a time for socializing and entertainment, with dining often seen as a reflection of one's status and wealth. A typical Roman meal consisted of 3 courses: the gustatio appetizer, the mensa prima main course, and the mensa secunda dessert. Interesting fact: the Romans did not use utensils such as forks and knives. Instead, they ate with their hands or used a spoon. The wealthy elite enjoyed lavish feasts featuring exotic ingredients such as peacock, ostrich, and dormice, showcasing their opulence and sophistication. In contrast, the common people relied on simple fare such as bread, olives, cheese, and vegetables. Wine was a staple beverage for both the rich and the poor, with the Romans consuming vast quantities of it daily. The Romans were also known for their culinary innovations, such as garum, a fermented fish sauce used to flavor dishes. Interesting statistic: it is estimated that the average Roman consumed around 2 pounds of bread per day, highlighting the importance of this staple food in their diet. Meals were often accompanied by entertainment, such as music, poetry recitations, and performances by dancers and acrobats. The Romans valued moderation in eating and believed in the concept of mens sana in corpore sano, a healthy mind and a healthy body. This philosophy influenced their approach to food and dining, emphasizing the importance of balance and self-control. Overall, food and dining habits in the Roman Empire were a reflection of the social hierarchy, cultural diversity, and culinary sophistication of the time. Clothing and fashion in the Roman Empire were significant markers of social status, identity, and cultural expression. The Romans were known for their intricate and diverse wardrobe choices, with clothing styles varying based on gender, age, and social class. Interesting fact: the toga, a large draped garment worn by Roman citizens, was a symbol of Roman citizenship and was reserved for formal occasions. The toga was worn differently by men and women, with variations in color and draping techniques. Another interesting fact: the tunica, a basic tunic made of wool or linen, was the most common garment worn by both men and women in everyday life. The length and quality of the tunica often indicated one's social standing, with the wealthy wearing longer and more elaborate tunics. The Romans also valued accessories such as jewelry, belts, and footwear to complement their outfits. Interesting statistic: the Roman military was known for its distinctive armor and helmets, which varied based on rank and unit. Soldiers wore leather or metal armor for protection in battle, with designs reflecting their military prowess and allegiance. The Romans were also skilled in textile production, creating intricate patterns and designs on fabrics, using techniques such as weaving, dyeing, and embroidery. Interesting fact: purple dye, derived from the murex shellfish, was a symbol of royalty and was reserved for the elite class. The use of color and fabric in Roman clothing signified social hierarchy and cultural significance, with certain colors and styles restricted to specific social classes. Overall, clothing and fashion in the Roman Empire were not just about aesthetics, but also served as a means of communication, identity, and social distinction. Entertainment and leisure activities were an essential part of daily life in the Roman Empire, offering opportunities for relaxation, socializing, and cultural enrichment. The Romans enjoyed a wide range of entertainment options, from chariot races and gladiator fights to theatrical performances and musical concerts. The Circus Maximus, an ancient Roman chariot racing stadium, could accommodate up to 150,000 spectators, making it one of the largest entertainment venues of its time. Chariot races were a popular and thrilling spectacle, with factions such as the Blues, Greens, Reds, and Whites competing for victory and glory. Gladiatorial combat was another favorite pastime, with skilled fighters engaging in fierce battles to entertain the crowds. Interesting fact, the Colosseum in Rome, with a seating capacity of up to 80,000 spectators, hosted elaborate gladiatorial contests, animal hunts, and mock sea battles. The Romans also enjoyed theatrical performances, including comedies, tragedies, and pantomimes, showcasing their appreciation for drama and storytelling. The amphitheaters and theaters of the Roman Empire were architectural marvels, featuring intricate designs, acoustics, and seating arrangements to enhance the audience's viewing experience. In addition to public entertainment, the Romans engaged in various leisure activities such as board games, dice games, and sports like swimming, wrestling, and ball games. These recreational pursuits provided opportunities for exercise, competition, and social interaction, contributing to the overall well-being and enjoyment of Roman citizens. Overall, entertainment and leisure activities in the Roman Empire were diverse, vibrant, and integral to the cultural fabric of society. Religion played a central role in the lives of the ancient Romans, shaping their beliefs, rituals, and social practices. The Romans worshipped a pantheon of gods and goddesses, each with specific attributes and responsibilities. Interesting fact, Jupiter, the king of the gods, was revered as the protector of the Roman state, while Venus was the goddess of love and beauty. The Romans believed in the concept of noumena, spiritual forces that inhabited all aspects of the natural world, from rivers and forests to household objects. This belief in noumena influenced their daily rituals and practices, such as offering prayers and sacrifices to ensure divine favor and protection. Temples dedicated to the gods were prominent features of Roman cities, serving as places of worship, community gatherings, and political events. The Romans celebrated various religious festivals throughout the year, honoring different deities and commemorating important events in Roman history. Interesting statistic, the Roman calendar was filled with religious holidays, with some months having more than 20 days dedicated to religious observances. The Vestal Virgins, priestesses dedicated to the goddess Vesta, played a crucial role in maintaining the sacred fire of Rome, symbolizing the eternal flame of the city. The Romans also practiced divination, seeking guidance from oracles, omens, and auspices to make important decisions and predict the future. Despite the diversity of religious beliefs in the empire, the Romans were generally tolerant of other faiths, incorporating foreign gods and cults into their pantheon. This syncretism, or blending of different religious traditions, enriched Roman spirituality and cultural exchange. Overall, religion and beliefs in the Roman Empire were a complex tapestry of mythology, ritual, and spirituality that shaped every aspect of Roman society. Government and politics in the Roman Empire were characterized by a complex system of governance that evolved over centuries. The Roman Republic, established in 509 BC, was governed by elected officials known as magistrates, who held power for limited terms. An interesting fact is that the Roman Senate, composed of wealthy and influential citizens, served as an advisory body to the magistrates and played a significant role in shaping government policies. The Roman legal system was based on the principles of justice, fairness, and the rule of law, with laws codified and enforced by magistrates and judges. The 12 Tables, a set of laws inscribed on bronze tablets, formed the foundation of Roman legal code and provided guidelines for civil and criminal matters. An interesting statistic is that the Roman Empire reached its territorial peak under Emperor Trajan in 117 AD, encompassing over 6 million square kilometers of land. The empire was divided into provinces, each governed by a proconsul appointed by the emperor to oversee administration, taxation, and military affairs. The Roman emperors held absolute power and authority, serving as both political and religious leaders of the empire. An interesting fact is that Augustus, the first Roman emperor, established the Pax Romana, a period of relative peace and stability that lasted for over 200 years. The Roman military played a crucial role in maintaining order and expanding the empire's borders, with well-trained legions stationed throughout the provinces. The Roman government also invested in public infrastructure projects such as roads, bridges, and aqueducts to facilitate trade, communication, and governance. Despite occasional political unrest and power struggles, the Roman Empire endured for centuries, leaving a lasting legacy of law, governance, and political institutions that influenced future civilizations. The elite class in the Roman Empire enjoyed a lavish lifestyle filled with luxury, privilege, and opulence. Wealthy Romans lived in grand villas adorned with intricate mosaics, frescoes, and marble statues, showcasing their affluence and social status. These villas often featured sprawling gardens, private baths, and entertainment spaces for hosting elaborate parties and gatherings. Interesting fact: some villas even had private amphitheaters for staging performances and spectacles for guests. The elite class had access to a wide range of exotic foods and delicacies, imported from distant lands and prepared by skilled chefs. Banquets hosted by the wealthy were extravagant affairs, featuring multiple courses, fine wines, and entertainment such as musicians and dancers. An interesting statistic is that the average Roman banquet could last for several hours, with guests reclining on couches and engaging in lively conversation. The elite class also indulged in extravagant fashion, wearing elaborate garments made of silk, embroidered with gold thread, and adorned with precious jewels. Jewelry such as rings, bracelets, and necklaces were symbols of wealth and status, with some pieces crafted by renowned artisans. The wealthy elite participated in leisure activities such as hunting, horse racing, and chariot races, showcasing their prowess and athleticism. Some elite Romans owned private gladiator schools and arenas where they could watch brutal combat for entertainment. The elite class had access to the best education, healthcare, and legal representation, ensuring their well-being and security. Despite their privileges, the elite class faced political intrigue, social expectations, and pressure to maintain their status and reputation. Overall, the lifestyle and privileges of the elite class in the Roman Empire reflected the wealth, power, and influence they wielded in society. The Roman Empire was a fascinating civilization that left a lasting impact on history. One interesting detail is that the Romans were pioneers in urban planning, constructing aqueducts, public baths, and amphitheaters that showcased their engineering prowess. In terms of numbers, the population of Rome reached 1 million people, making it one of the largest cities of the ancient world. The Roman legal system, based on the 12 Tables, provided a framework for justice and governance that influenced legal systems for centuries to come. The Pax Romana, a period of relative peace and stability, lasted for over 200 years, fostering cultural exchange and prosperity within the empire. Despite its eventual decline, the Roman Empire's legacy of art, architecture, and governance continues to captivate scholars and enthusiasts alike.